Rachel's life embodies a profound narrative of sorrow and hope, making her a significant figure in both biblical history and Jewish tradition. Her journey, marked by struggle and longing, resonates with themes of resilience that inspire future generations. From the depths of her pain over infertility to the joy of motherhood and ultimately the tragedy of her death, Rachel's experiences reflect the complexities of human emotion. She faced societal pressures, familial rivalries, and personal heartache, yet through it all, her unwavering love for her children remained steadfast. This dedication and strength in the face of adversity turned Rachel into a symbol of maternal love, demonstrating that hope can thrive even amidst suffering. In Jewish tradition, Rachel is revered not just as a matriarch, but also as a spiritual protector. Her burial site near Bethlehem has become a place of pilgrimage, where many come to pray for her intercession. Rachel is often invoked during times of sorrow and mourning, symbolizing the hope that can arise from loss. The heartfelt prayers for her protection and guidance highlight her role as a nurturing figure, a mother who understands the struggles of her children and intercedes on their behalf. Moreover, Rachel's story serves as a testament to the importance of faith. Her perseverance through years of waiting for children exemplifies the belief that God listens and responds to the prayers of those who suffer. This enduring hope, embodied in her life, inspires countless individuals facing their own struggles. Rachel's legacy is a reminder that love can persist through trials, and that resilience can lead to new beginnings even after profound loss. Through her narrative, Rachel remains a beacon of hope for those grappling with sorrow, showcasing the strength found in vulnerability and the transformative power of love. She continues to inspire generations, reinforcing the belief that, despite life's challenges, one can find solace and strength in faith, family, and the enduring bonds of love. Rachel's story is not only a reflection of her own life, but also a universal message of hope and resilience that resonates across cultures and generations. Rachel's legacy lived on through her sons, Joseph and Benjamin, both of whom played pivotal roles in the history of Israel and carried the essence of their mother's strength and resilience. Joseph, the firstborn of Rachel, became one of the most significant figures in Israel's history. His rise to power in Egypt, from being sold into slavery by his own brothers to becoming the second in command to Pharaoh, is a testament to Rachel's influence. Joseph's journey was marked by trials, including betrayal, imprisonment, and famine, yet he remained steadfast, embodying the hope and perseverance that Rachel had exemplified throughout her life. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams and navigate political landscapes demonstrated not only his intelligence, but also his ability to lead and unite people during times of crisis. When famine struck, it was Joseph who devised a plan to store grain and save countless lives, including those of his family. His actions brought the tribes of Israel together and ultimately facilitated their settlement in Egypt. Through Joseph, Rachel's legacy of resilience and resourcefulness became a source of strength for the entire nation. Moreover, Joseph's later reconciliation with his brothers highlighted the themes of forgiveness and family unity, furthering Rachel's impact on Israel's future. His life story reminds us that, despite adversity, love and redemption are possible, reflecting the nurturing spirit that Rachel instilled in him. Benjamin, Rachel's second son, also played a significant role in carrying forward her legacy. As the youngest of Jacob's sons, Benjamin was closely associated with Rachel's memory, bearing the weight of her love and loss. His tribe, the tribe of Benjamin, became known for its fierce warriors and loyalty. Benjamin's descendants, including notable figures like King Saul, contributed to the strength and unity of Israel. The tribe of Benjamin's close relationship with the tribe of Judah, from which King David, and ultimately Jesus would come, symbolizes the unity and strength that Rachel's legacy represented. Despite being small in number, the Benjaminites were known for their valor and fought valiantly in defense of their people, showcasing the enduring spirit of their mother. Together, Joseph and Benjamin exemplified Rachel's impact on Israel's future, embodying both strength and unity. Their lives were interwoven with the fabric of Israel's history, and they represented the hope and resilience that Rachel had personified. Joseph's role as a savior during famine and Benjamin's legacy of fierce loyalty and valor encapsulated the essence of Rachel's influence, a legacy rooted in love, perseverance, and a profound connection to family. Their stories remind us that Rachel's spirit lived on through her children, shaping the destiny of a nation and underscoring the power of maternal love to transcend generations, hardships, and even death itself. Rachel's legacy, carried on through Joseph and Benjamin, remains a powerful symbol of hope, strength, and unity in the collective memory of Israel. In the end, Rachel's life, while marked by moments of heartbreak, leads to a lasting legacy in the history of Israel, shaping a nation and symbolizing hope and resilience. May your spiritual journey be filled with God's grace and peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others on their walk with the Lord. Rachel's decision to give her maidservant Bilhah to Jacob as a surrogate mother was born from a mixture of hope, cultural tradition, and a deep desire to fulfill her dream of motherhood. In her time, it was not uncommon for a wife struggling with infertility to offer her maidservant as a surrogate, allowing her to have children vicariously through the woman's offspring. Although it was culturally accepted, the decision weighed heavily on Rachel, revealing the depths of her longing and determination. When Rachel presented Bilhah to Jacob, she did so with a prayerful hope that God might honor her desire to build a family. The arrangement was a sacrifice, as she knew she would have to share Jacob's love and attention with yet another woman. However, her yearning for children outweighed the personal cost, and she believed this might be a way to fulfill her dream. Bilhah's first child, Dan, was a moment of bittersweet joy for Rachel. She named him Dan, meaning, "He has vindicated," reflecting her gratitude and belief that God had seen her struggle. This child, born of her maidservant yet named by her, was a symbolic victory over her barrenness, and in her heart, she felt a new glimmer of hope. When Bilhah bore a second son, Naphtali, Rachel's feelings deepened. She named him in recognition of her struggles and prayers, seeing these children as an answer, albeit unconventional, to her long-held dreams. Though surrogacy provided Rachel a partial answer to her prayers, it did not fill the void completely. She continued to feel both gratitude for these surrogate children and an ache for her own. The experience strengthened her resolve, showing her resilience and capacity for love, even in unconventional circumstances. It was a testament to her strength, revealing that motherhood could be defined not just by biology but by the depth of her love, devotion, and perseverance in the face of heartache. When Rachel finally gave birth to her son Joseph, her joy and relief were immeasurable. After years of waiting, struggling, and watching her sister Leah bear children, Rachel's prayers were at last answered. She named him Joseph, meaning, "May he add," expressing her gratitude and her hope that God might bless her with even more children. This name reflected her relief and gratitude, but also a heart still hopeful, trusting that God's blessings would continue. Holding Joseph in her arms, Rachel felt the fulfillment of a dream she had carried for so long. All her years of heartache seemed to fade in the face of this new life, and she cherished every moment with him. Joseph quickly became the beloved child of Jacob's old age, and Rachel felt the reassurance of her husband's love and pride. For Rachel, Joseph was not only the answer to her prayers, but also a symbol of resilience and faith rewarded. Her heart overflowed with the joy of finally experiencing the bond of motherhood with her own child. As Joseph grew, he became a cherished son, not only because of his mother's deep love, but also due to Jacob's special favor toward him. His unique role in Israel's history was marked early on, as he demonstrated wisdom, leadership, and a closeness to God. Rachel's prayers and struggles had helped bring into the world a son who would one day save his family and lead them through famine, establishing himself as one of the most significant figures in Israel's story. Rachel's journey, marked by waiting, sorrow, and finally, miraculous joy, reflected a profound truth of faith, that even in life's deepest struggles, hope and faith can bring unimaginable blessings. Joseph was the fulfillment of her dream, and a living testament to the power of patience, prayer, and the enduring love of God. Rachel's love for Joseph was uniquely tender and protective, shaped by the years of waiting, hoping, and countless prayers that had finally brought him into her life. From the moment Joseph was born, Rachel cherished him with a fierce devotion, knowing he was the answer to her deepest dreams, and the child she had longed for so desperately. She nurtured him with all the love and care she could offer, wanting to shield him from every harm and guide him with a mother's gentle wisdom. Knowing he was a child of prayer, Rachel likely viewed Joseph as set apart, a precious gift that she had to protect. She poured herself into his early years, teaching him about faith, the strength it had taken for him to come into the world, and perhaps even about the power of hope and perseverance. Rachel's heart was always drawn to her son, watching over him with extra care. His safety and well-being became her utmost priority, as she wanted him to have a future that reflected the fullness of her love and faith. Rachel's protective love for Joseph may have also influenced his close relationship with Jacob. Her joy in motherhood inspired Jacob's favor toward Joseph, who quickly became the beloved son in a large and complicated family. Rachel knew her son would need strength to navigate the challenges of being in a family filled with rivalry and tensions, and she may have subtly instilled in him the resilience to stand apart. Though Rachel's time with Joseph was shorter than she may have dreamed, her impact on his life was lasting. She passed on to him her hope, her faith, and her courage, the same qualities that would later define him as he faced adversity and rose to a place of honor and leadership in Egypt. Rachel's love for Joseph left a profound mark, shaping him into a man who would carry on her legacy of faith and resilience, becoming a blessing to his family and his people. The birth of Rachel's second son, Benjamin, was a moment filled with both hope and tragedy. After years of longing for motherhood, Rachel finally had the opportunity to welcome another child into the world. But the joy of that moment quickly turned to despair. The labor was arduous, and as Rachel struggled, it became clear that complications were arising. In her final moments, she gave birth to Benjamin but succumbed to the exhaustion and pain of childbirth. Jacob's grief was profound and all-consuming. He had lost the love of his life, the woman who had filled his heart with joy and hope after years of longing and heartache. Rachel was not just his wife, she was his beloved, the mother of his cherished sons, and her absence left a gaping void in his heart and in their family. As he mourned, he faced the stark reality of life without Rachel, grappling with the weight of loss, while caring for their newborn son. The legacy Rachel left behind was significant. Benjamin, her second son, became a part of Jacob's larger family, continuing the lineage that Rachel had yearned for so deeply. Though their time together was tragically short, the bond between mother and son would be eternal, symbolizing Rachel's hopes and dreams for her family. Jacob named Benjamin in honor of Rachel's love, but he also represented the sorrow of her passing, his name meaning, son of my right hand, and bearing the weight of loss, alongside the joy of new life. Rachel's burial site near Bethlehem became a poignant symbol of her legacy and sacrifice. It was a place marked by love and grief, where Jacob erected a monument to honor her memory. The tomb of Rachel serves as a lasting testament to her life and the deep love she had for her family. It stands as a reminder of the complexities of love and loss, reflecting the duality of joy and sorrow that accompanies the journey of motherhood. Rachel's story, filled with resilience and devotion, resonates through generations, symbolizing the strength of a mother's love and the profound impact she leaves on her family, even in the face of tragedy. Her memory lived on in the hearts of her children and her husband, a reminder of the beauty and fragility of life, love, and legacy. Rachel's story is one of love, loyalty, and patience, woven deeply into the lives of her husband, Jacob, and the lineage of Israel. Here's a full telling of her story from the Bible. As Jacob approached the well outside Haran, he had no idea his life was about to change forever. Tired and travel-worn, he looked up and saw Rachel approaching with her flock, a sight that instantly captured his heart. The sun cast a warm glow, illuminating her gentle face, and in that moment, Jacob felt an inexplicable connection, a sense that he had found something, or rather someone, meant just for him. When Rachel arrived, Jacob felt compelled to impress her. In an act of strength and chivalry, he moved the large stone covering the well by himself, a task typically shared by multiple men. His eyes never left hers as he poured water for her sheep, his heart racing with each glance they exchanged. Rachel was equally captivated. She could sense his sincerity and kindness, qualities that shone through despite his rugged appearance from the long journey. When he introduced himself, revealing their kinship, it felt as though destiny had woven their paths together in that one perfect moment by the well. This first meeting set the stage for a unique love story that would endure trials and separations, joys and sorrows. Their connection, sparked in a simple act of service and kindness, was rooted in a love that would carry them through the challenges to come. Jacob's willingness to work 7 years to marry Rachel became a powerful testament to his love, patience, and unwavering commitment. When Laban, Rachel's father, required him to serve for 7 years in exchange for her hand, Jacob accepted without hesitation, seeing these years as a small price for the love he felt. To him, the time passed like only a few days, because of the joy he felt in knowing he would someday be with her. For Rachel, those 7 years were both beautiful and bittersweet. She watched Jacob labor with devotion, pouring his heart into his work, and it reassured her of his deep commitment. They shared quiet moments by the well and in the fields, speaking of dreams, family, and the future they would build together. Yet, there were also concerns in her heart. As much as she trusted in Jacob's love, she knew her father Laban was not always straightforward, and she couldn't shake the worry that he might have a scheme in mind that could complicate their future. Throughout these years, Rachel's dreams centered on a life of partnership and harmony with Jacob. She dreamed of a family, of building a home filled with faith and love, and of becoming the woman who would stand by Jacob's side through every challenge. Each day spent apart only deepened her love, and each of Jacob's acts of service reassured her that this love, though it required waiting, was worth every sacrifice. When the 7 years were finally complete, Jacob's love had only grown stronger, rooted in patience and steadfastness, while Rachel had grown into a woman ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with him by her side. Their shared dedication and unwavering faith in each other set the stage for a love story marked by resilience and commitment. On the long-awaited wedding night, Rachel's dreams of a life with Jacob came crashing down in a devastating act of deception. Laban, her father, substituted her elder sister Leah in her place. Bound by the customs and loyalty to her family, Rachel had no power to stop the betrayal. She was left to watch in anguish as her father's plan unfolded. Her heart broke, knowing that this moment, which should have been the beginning of her joyful life with Jacob, had turned into a nightmare of betrayal and broken trust. The pain weighed heavily on her relationship with Jacob. She worried he might feel anger toward her, or doubt her love, though he, too, had been deceived and felt deeply betrayed by Laban. When Jacob realized what had happened, he approached Rachel, devastated but determined to continue fighting for her, agreeing to work an additional 7 years for the chance to make her his wife. This renewed Rachel's hope, showing her that Jacob's love remained true despite the hurt inflicted by her own family. Yet, the deception strained her relationship with Leah, adding a layer of tension and unspoken pain between the sisters. Leah, who had likely felt overlooked and less valued, was thrust into Rachel's place by their father, creating a rivalry that neither of them had asked for. Now, both women found themselves in an unavoidable competition for Jacob's affection, a contest neither wanted, but were forced into by circumstances beyond their control. For Rachel, the deception left scars of insecurity and sorrow, casting a shadow over the love and joy she once anticipated. Despite her heartbreak, she clung to her love for Jacob, resolved to endure whatever trials lay ahead to build a future together. This painful beginning shaped her resilience and faith, forging a bond between her and Jacob that would endure through hardship, jealousy, and the complex family dynamics Laban's deception created. Rachel's journey through infertility was one of the most profound challenges of her life, filling her with sorrow, frustration, and a deep sense of inadequacy. She watched as her sister Leah bore children, each new son widening the divide between them, and the ache within Rachel grew more intense. The very thing she longed for, a family with Jacob, seemed just beyond her reach, leading her to feel as though she was failing in her role as a wife and partner. The jealousy she felt toward Leah was overwhelming at times, not because of bitterness toward her sister, but because each of those children reminded Rachel of her own barrenness. This jealousy took an emotional toll, making Rachel question her own worth, and leaving her feeling isolated even amid her family. While she knew Jacob loved her deeply, she worried that her inability to give him children might somehow diminish their bond. In her despair, Rachel turned to prayer, pouring out her pain and pleading with God for a child. She sought comfort and guidance, praying not only for the blessing of motherhood but also for the strength to bear her sorrow with grace. Her faith became a lifeline, a way to channel her pain and transform it into hope. She shared her struggle with Jacob, who tried to comfort her, but even his love couldn't fully ease the anguish she felt. In time, Rachel's prayers were answered, and she gave birth to Joseph, a son she cherished as the miracle she had waited so long for. The joy of finally becoming a mother filled her heart, reminding her that her faith and resilience had not been in vain. Yet, the journey through infertility left an indelible mark on her, shaping her understanding of strength, patience, and the deep reliance on faith amid life's hardest trials. Rachel's story became a testament to the power of hope, even when circumstances seem impossible, and the importance of trusting in God's timing, however mysterious it might be.